It's time now to Ask the Expert. Here to answer your questions on hair loss is Dr. Natasha Bhuyan. All right, our first question, Matt in Phoenix asks, do the products at the drugstore make a difference?
You know, the reality is many of the drugstore products that we see for hair loss, they don't actually help. And this is why it's important to really investigate and look into what are the ingredients of these products. A lot of them have vitamins, supplements, all kinds of things that are not effective. And so it's a lot of advertising. It's pretty expensive. And so it's, again, important to read that ingredient list or ask your doctor if you're not sure if it's working.
Okay, next up, Terry in Scottsdale says, you just mentioned this, do vitamins for hair, skin, and nails help? I see a lot of
Yeah, so Terry, that's a great question. You know, the bottom line is they likely don't help, but there's nuance to this because we know that when people have anemia, so they're low in iron, or if people have a nutritional deficiency or they're crash dieting, they lose hair.
Yeah.
And we know that your hair needs nutrition to grow. And so for those people, if they have a deficiency, if they have anemia and they take a vitamin or an iron supplement, for those people, it does work. It actually helps their hair grow back. But for the rest of us, if you don't have any kind of nutritional deficiency, just taking vitamins doesn't actually end up working for your hair. And so again, it's pretty nuanced, but for most people, it's not effective. It's really just that group of folks that have a deficiency.
All that money I've
All that money, I know.
All right. All right. Layla from Mesa says, do over-the-counter shampoos with biotin help? I see biotin everywhere.
Biotin is everywhere. And here's the thing, biotin is great at preventing hair loss. And so if somebody doesn't have thinning hair and they want to start using biotin, it is great nourishment for your hair. But if your hair has already started thinning and you have hair loss and start using biotin, it's not going to help your hair actually start growing.
Oh, okay. Again, money wasted. All right. Aaron from Chandler says, can surgery make my hair grow back?
You know, that's a great question. Surgery, there's lots of different types of surgery for hair loss. They are effective, they're pretty expensive, and they're intensive to do. And so again, you have to decide about the risks and benefits. I think a lot of people think about hair transplantation. So that's the surgery where you take hair follicles and move them to other parts of the head. But there's more than just hair transplantation. There's surgeries that actually reduce the scalp. So we'll pull forward the scalp in order to bring more of the hair forward on your head. There's also a thing called the tissue expander, and that's where we will actually put a tissue expander inside the scalp near areas where hair is losing. It helps new skin cells grow, and then you have a second surgery to remove the tissue expander and allow the skin cells to grow. So there's also flap surgery. Flap surgery
I was looking at Natasha like,
you take like flaps of hair that you actually have and move them to the balding areas. So again, lots of surgeries that are effective if somebody wants to go down that path, but ultimately it's pricey, it's intensive, and so you have to decide what's right for you.
Yes, and I'm thinking talk to your doctor maybe about what's
to your doctor. And look, there's some people, depending, certainly it matters with gender. So a lot of men will just embrace hair loss and say, this is my new look, and that's okay. And some women do that too. And so for some people, if you want to embrace it, that's perfectly fine as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, so interesting. There's so many different techniques and tools out there.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you so very much.